Hello everyone, this is Akshay and this time I'm going to explain you about my 8th experiment of my web technology lab, which was about creating a login, okay, and then putting some data and saving it into database using this from the website. So it's actually about how to save data from the website. So first I've created the login page. So creating login page I've already explained in my 7th experiments video. I'll still explain you if you want. So as you can see, this is nothing but the background color. Then you can write it in the middle as the header tag, then use a field set and then legend tag to this one. And in this field set I have created I fixed its value as 400 pixels. And then you can see this one image is I've included this image, and then this portion, and there are css tags for all these. Login is separately button. So this is how I've created, and if you put some wrong information it won't log in. Okay, it will be redirected to a new page having only this change. Okay, then if you put correct information it will be logged in. Okay, so now let's show you. After logging in we need to save the data. Okay, so since saving data on requires some space. Okay, so if you're going for the saving data in the internet from your web page, it will require you to give some money to the uh, provider, space provider. So actually I've just included from my PC itself. So if you are included in the PC, then I have included this XAMPP server. XAMPP server is I've switched on the XAMPP server, which with this one Apache and MySQL server on. Okay, after including the XAMPP server, so this PC became server for local host. Then in its XAMPP servers file, wherever it's located, find the file. Then in the htdocs file you can include your project file, under which all these portions were given by me. Okay, so whichever file you need to include, like first login page, then if your login is wrong, then the index page where you need to log in, and the database page, PHP check page, etc. So whatever is that, you just keep all your projects over here in this file. Now to access this portion, go to the browser, type localhost. Okay, and then localhost, remember localhost is that htdocs file. Okay, under that htdocs file, whichever project file you have included, that project file's name, and then index.php. So when you click this address, it will go from your server, that is your laptop. It will find this particular project, experiment A, and then index.php file. Now after index.php file, as you all know, we have to log in with the correct information. Okay, when you're logged in, there will be a form. Now as you can see, it was my 4th exercise, but there are some modifications, like I have added a feedback option in this. So for this feedback option, let's show you what all will happen. Now when you click on submit, this file will log in, and will give you this page, 4th experiment page. Now in this 4th experiment page, here is the input place. Okay, I have used CSS to look like make it look like this. Then there are 4 inputs, okay, with placeholder name, last name, email, and type your message. Then this was your feedback, etc. Yeah, so now whenever so this was placeholder, then give the names for that particular blocks as fname, lname, which will be used for storing data. I will show you where to use. Now after this, remember the names were fname, lname, email, and message. These are case sensitive. Then type is text, and other properties whatever you want to add. Then there comes the submit button. Now when you submit this, it is under, as it is under the form, so it will submit you to this dbs.php, which is over here in the method post. Now when it is submitted to dbs.php, so as you can see, each one it has been stored, each information has been stored in separate variables. Okay, these were the names of these blocks, input types, and then these information are fetched and stored under this variable using this post method. You already know this. Now to create a connection, you this is the code. Okay, connection equals to, this is actually code is only MySQLi connect to localhost. This is the user ID, and this is the password, which will be connecting you to the localhost. And there is a database for your localhost, and this information is stored in a variable again. Then I am creating another variable. Okay, MySQLi select db. So actually this is selecting the database. You can ignore this portion if you have already, this is the database name. So if you use this database name and put directly over here, you don't need to include this sentence. You can directly put this database name over here in this connection, MySQLi connect. After that, I have created another variable which is storing a string. So this string is nothing but the query, whatever we need to do. So as you can see, the query is insert into feedback. Feedback is the table name. Then these were the table columns. Okay, values, and then values are these variables which fetch the information. So this is actually a SQL query for saving in database. So you need some knowledge of database to store in the database from the web page. Now this string can be stored in a result variable using this MySQLi query. So MySQLi query is the function which is actually performing this operation, so in MySQLi query, we need to give 2 information, this connect information, whether it's connected or not, and then after connecting to the SQL, then you give the query. Okay, otherwise die, you can use for errors, any error if occurred. Okay, now for displaying all the records, whatever you have entered, you can use while. Then a record equals to MySQLi fetch array. Fetch array is nothing but it will fetch your information in a array form from this result, which is actually this query is performing and storing in the database. So it's fetching from the database, storing it in array, and this array is in a variable. Using this variable, we are now this is actually an associative form. So using this variable, we are fetching the information of this first name table, last name table. So if you see, my table name was feedback, its tables are first this portion, okay. These are the column name. Yeah, so you can fetch information in this manner and print, and then close connection, submission successful will be the thing. So if you see, if I put anything, okay, before I enter, remember, as you have installed the XAMPP server, type this localhost PHP myadmin. What it will do is open your what's wrong with this thing now? Okay, let's start it again. Yeah, so it's been started. So yeah, PHP myadmin page will be looking something like this. Now for this you need to create a new database, so you can create a new database from somewhere over here, like right click. Okay, so you can create a new database over here. So my database name is my database. When you click on my database, there will be several options. So as you can see, there are tables over here, or you can create a new table. So I've already created a table named feedback. So if you click on the feedback table, you'll be directed to the feedback table. Okay, now feedback table will be having this one. There are 4 columns in the feedback table. So these are the columns, and whatever data you input from this page, wherever the page is, yeah, from this page, whatever the data you input, it will be stored, like your name in the first name, last name in the last name, then comes the email ID and whatever message. So like see, okay, some name, I'm just giving some random thing. Now message, so yes, this is my message. So these are the information which I'm going to submit. When I click on submit, as you can see, it is giving some error because of some error in this part. Okay, line number 25, there is some error with this fetch information. This was the older version actually, so the updated version is already online, and I can't remember its URL, but yeah. So as you can see, it will give you whatever error was coming. Now let's check whether the information is already come over here or not. So as you can see, even with the error, the information is already submitted. So these were the information I gave, and so it is storing the data in the database successfully. So my program is working successfully, and hence my experiment is successful. Thank you.